Hi everyone, this is Men's here. This is going to be a short little overview of the Tier 10 Japanese medium tank, the STB-1. Now this is one of the newer tanks in the game, and a lot of people haven't had a chance to play it. It's pretty much similar to an M48 in a way, or a Leopard 1, in the sense that it has really good gun depression. It actually has better gun depression than the M48. And it's pretty mobile with a lot of firepower. What it does improve over both of those tanks is it has a very small profile, kind of like the Leopard. It's a little bit smaller, or at least it feels a little smaller, and it basically mashes the good things of both of those tanks together and makes one really good tank. It takes the gun depression and the little bit of armor that the M48 has on front of its turret. The STB-1 doesn't have a very strong frontal turret, but it's a lot stronger than the Leopard's, and then it takes the Leopard's very good firepower and mobility, and basically it's the best of both worlds. Its downside is, though, that overall the armor, while it's good, it's still very weak in the sides and the back along with the top, so arty and any flank shots are going to do a lot of damage to you. And overall, even though the gun has a insane amount of DPM and potential damage, the overall accuracy isn't very good and the aim time is just kind of average. So I'm actually going to hop into a match here. Hopefully we get some sort of map that is not Himmelsdorf, so I can kind of show off the gun depression on this. If Matchmaker would actually put me into a match. There we go. And of course it's Himmelsdorf. Okay, so for encounter mode, I'm just gonna stick to going with the hill only because I don't want my team being overrun, and usually when I go on the bottom in a medium tank I don't have enough armor in case if I run into more than one tank. But at least with no arty, I can kind of cradle right around G0, cradle that little crest there on the hill, and not exactly go too far over it, but use my gun depression to hide most of my tank and get a couple shots off quickly. But as you see here, though, the gun depression is very good, and it actually hides a lot of your tank, and the turret's small enough that if a shell does hit you, more than likely it'll either bounce off or it'll just miss you completely. So let me see if I can't get a quick shot off here, whoever comes over that. Let's see, it's hit him. He's a little bit weaker armor. I don't want to poke out too far. I don't want to take a lot of damage here. I just thought I'd maybe get lucky with that last shot, but I didn't. As you see there, the overall accuracy is just bad enough that you will miss not a good portion, but more than you would like of your shots. Okay, so they actually do have decent shots. As you see there, they can pen the top of your turret, especially if it's a tier 10 gun. So you want to kind of be wary of that if you're close like I am here. So I'm actually going to set up a little further. Actually, it looks like they might push over here, so I'm actually going to be careful about that. It kind of sucks we lost our 100 TD. crest here and play games with them. Okay, so it looks like that side's well off now. It's this side that's gonna... Yeah, we're actually in a little bit of a stalemate. So since I don't have enough HP to actually flop into the left or right side, I'm actually gonna pull off and help flank them underneath. Now with the good mobility of the STB-1, you still have enough to get around the map to where you need to be. You're not as fast as the Leopard 1 and the Bat Chat as well, so while you won't keep up with those two, you definitely have enough to still scoot around the map pretty easily. Just hope that our team doesn't make any stupid mistakes and they kind of stay put. For okay, the mouse gets shot nothing. I'm just gonna wait for that 121. He should be coming right around. No, he stopped. And luckily he missed me, so I should be able to survive one shot. Here we go. Hopefully I get help with that E5. It's a pretty good teamwork here. We did just lose the hill, or not lose it, but a few of them died up there, so I'm going to head back up there and help them. A little bit more interested in sitting on a cap. As you see there, your mobility for basically pivoting and turning your turret is pretty good. So you can scoot around small little scenarios like that without being but yeah, I did kind of use heat rounds more than I needed to on that mouse, but I really just wanted to kill him and not bounce. And climbing hills like this, you're not as quick as other medium tanks, but it's still nothing that is a huge negative, since you do have that great firepower advantage over them. But our team did pretty well and worked together. I was kind of lucky I had that backup for dealing with that E5. It really saved me from dying, and it helped that he didn't hit me with his first shot. But overall, pretty quick and easy match. Luckily the enemy didn't push too quickly on the hill, or else we might have been in trouble. Anyway though, I did the most amount of damage at right under 4,800, and easily more than anybody on my team, and only the E75 on the enemy team got anywhere close. And I only soaked up a little bit of damage, and I didn't really make any profit without that mission rewards, only because once I swapped over to my heat rounds, I kind of forgot that I was using them. So I did shoot a couple more than I needed to. But overall, the STB-1, it's a pretty solid tank, and the tech tree, we'll look at that real quick. Starting at tier 7, you actually start getting into good tanks, but before that, the tanks are okay. The Chi-Ni and Chi-Ho and the Chi-Ha and Chi-He are actually pretty good tanks in the low tier, but nothing really stands out until you get to the tier 7 Chi-Ri, and once you get that upgraded, but before that you're in very lightly armored tanks, and the guns on them are pretty good, but they can be pretty difficult to play if you aren't aware of your surroundings. So we're going to take a quick commercial break here, and when we get back, I'm going to hop into the next battle. Okay, so let's hope that we get something other than Himmelsdorf here. That's if Matchmaker puts us in a match quick enough. It's been going a little bit slow since there's a lot of tier 9s and tier 10s in the queue tonight. Okay, so instead of Himmelsdorf, we got Ruinberg on fire, which is a little bit better of a map for this, but in the end, I was kind of hoping for something a little bit more open and hilly, only because this tank plays very well when you kind of sit further back off the front lines, and you kind of snipe and use your gun depression to basically annoy enemies, and they can't really retaliate against you except for artillery. So even though I am a medium tank, I'm going to attempt to make it into this central road here. I may or may not make it, but they don't have any tier 10 medium tanks that can beat me there, so hopefully I can make it into the F6 entrance without being cut off and being focus fired on. Which I just saw one tree down in front of me, so this should be interesting. And it's that TD. Luckily for me though, I should have the EPM advantage on him. I don't think I'm going to repair. That might come back to bite me, but let's roll with this for now. Although with that T-57 there, I'm definitely going to end up dying. So, oh well. Pretty quick match there. But yeah, it was kind of stupid that I pretty much sacrificed myself in the beginning, but at the same time it would have been nice if our team would have actually pushed up into that horizontal road, since that is one of the most important spots of this map, is securing it, since once you get that you can kind of halt the enemy pushing through either the town or the field, barring the 9 and 0 line. But entering through the 6 line really is hit or miss if you're going alone. I was kind of hoping that somebody would have been an F2 to help me out, but it didn't really seem that way. But I was already committed, because once you're committed going that way, you can't really back out. Anyway though, I am gonna hop out real quick, and I'm gonna do one battle in the Type 61, because that's the tier 9 leading up to the STB-1. And look at this. I think it looks good. We got Himmelsdorf again. Granted, it's snowy, but exactly the same map that I did not want. And the Type 61 is very similar to the STA-1 and similar to the STB-1. However, it keeps the large size of the STA-1 and it gets the firepower of STB-1 for compared to other tier 9s. The STB-1 still has more firepower, but it's a little bit of a mashup between the two tanks, sitting in the middle of them, and it really suffers from the frailness of the STA-1 since you have absolutely no armor, and since you do have a large size, you will be focus fired on fairly quickly and early on in a match, since people know you have that damage potential, so they'll want to take you out pretty quick. Now, I am using the Top Gun, which on a tier 9 tank is pretty insane, since you basically have the firepower of, say, a E50M at tier 9, and aside from a few little hiccups with the aim time and overall accuracy, it's a very solid gun. And gun depression wise, you don't have the level of gun depression as a STB-1, but it's still above average, especially considering the gun. So there's not too many complaints there. So I'm actually sorry Centaurian, but I just wanted to cut that low. We should just push right through the hill. We should have the numbers on them. I don't know why they're waiting. Better, I guess, take these guys out and push on right through. Hopefully they go. Hello guys, come on. Already on the other side. Now, this guy's gonna take a bit of my HP off, but nothing can survive. Oh shit, there's a KP for me. Hopefully they're able to kill him before he gets down near our base. It's just the one thing you have to be careful about with this tank is you don't take too much damage early on, since once you lose your HP you're pretty much screwed as to how aggressive you can play. And holy crap, there's a TD there. I thought he was AFK, but he just moved a little bit. So let's go the other way. Pretty sure he's a bot, so I don't think I have to be concerned about him coming after me. But I'm going to swap over to Heat for this T95. And I was kind of lucky that the T95 got killed, but I'll take it. We definitely have to head back to base just to make sure. As you see, the Type 61 and STB-1 play very similar on this map, only because even though the STB-1 has a bit more armor, you still can't really rely upon it. And you still have that damage potential that really comes in handy and helps you kind of fight these close battles. Granted, it's still a little bit bit difficult since you don't have a ton of armor, but it really helps you brawling since that accuracy downside really goes away when you're fighting this close. But pretty easy match for us. We really just steamrolled them on the hill and that helped us out. And overall, in the Roenberg match I did pretty poorly. I don't think I did well at all, but then again, still got top 4 damage, and our team definitely did not do well at all. But in this match, I got top 3 damage, just over 3,000, and didn't really take much, and still eked out a little bit of a profit. But in the end, the STB-1 is a pretty solid tank, and while it does have some downside with its accuracy, aim time, and a few little other minor things, it's still a pretty solid tank, and the grind to it is a little bit difficult if you don't like tanks with no armor, but it's still a pretty fun grind to go through. But anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also check out my website, wotguru.com. Thanks for watching.